lost. Everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you to forget it. When life is so lost,
Let's go. Good morning, family. Rise and shine, rise and grind. Another day, blessed and grateful, ready to go ahead and attack it. TGIF, super excited to go ahead and take action. So, with no further ado, we got a great topic coming in for you guys today. But before we dive in, let's go ahead and share some gratitude, right? Grateful for another day, grateful for an opportunity, grateful to be alive and healthy, grateful to go ahead and level up with each and every single one of you. So let's go ahead and dive into it for the day. All right. So the topic is going to be Who Stole My Cheese? One of my all-time favorite books when I first got into this journey of entrepreneurship. And I can tell you it completely shifted my paradigm and the way I went about change, the way I went about obstacles that started to happen in my life. So go ahead and get out a pen and paper, and I'm going to give you guys the sauce to when it comes to dealing with change, the inevitable in your life. All right. So I want to go ahead and give you guys a little story. All right. Who moved my cheese? So check this out. This book is a very short read. It's short and sweet, but it basically stems from 4 different characters, right? You've got Scurry, Sniff, Hem, and Haw, right? And all 4 of these are mouses that are put inside of a maze, and each one of them handles change a little bit differently, right? So as we go ahead and go through it, you guys are going to have this make sense. So you've got basically 2 of these mouses, right? You've got Hem and Haw, and then you've got Scurry and Sniff, right? Scurry and Sniff, they're put in a maze, and everybody is centered around each other, and they're all eating this piece of cheese, and all of the sudden, somebody takes the cheese and it disappears to a different part of the maze, right? So here's what happens. You got Scurry and Sniff who are enthusiastic. They're excited. They're like, all right, they moved the cheese. Who cares? Let's go find it, right? I'm hungry. I need to go eat. So they both go enthusiastically, and they end up going to find the cheese, right? But then you've got the other 2. You've got Hem and you have Haw, right? And they feel betrayed. Both of them are just complaining. They're sitting there like, yo, how could somebody take my cheese? I don't want to go anywhere. I don't like change. So here's what ends up happening, right? You've got Hem and Haw who are sitting there stuck. And what ends up happening is Haw realizes that the old cheese won't return. So he actually decides to go set out on his journey to go and find the cheese. And what he does is, as he starts paving his path, he starts leaving little trails for his buddy Hem to go follow him. Here's what ends up happening. Hem never ends up following because he sits there complaining the whole time. And guess what? He never gets a piece of cheese. But then you've got Haw. He ended up complaining, but he realized there was a way to actually go out and find it. So eventually he runs across Scurry and Sniff. Turns out they had already been eating the cheese, but if he had never took that jump, he would never have been able to go out and find it. So the moral of the story is change is always going to happen. So if you want to think about your life right now, you guys could have been eating your piece of cheese, right? Whether it was recently, whether it was in 2021, things were going well, maybe before the pandemic. And then what happened? Somebody moved your cheese. COVID hit, family got sick. You had issues go down, in your close circle. How did you handle it when you had change happen into your life? Were you able to adapt and go figure out a new way to go get it? Or did you sit, complain, stuck like you didn't have an option or didn't have a choice, right? So that's the metaphor. Cheese is the same metaphor that you guys can use in your life. So I'm telling you, this is one thing that I had to realize, because at the end of the day, you're never going to get away from change, right? What got us here is not going to get us there. We're constantly going to have to evolve. We're constantly going to have to learn. We're constantly going to have to grow into a new person than who we are right now. Okay. So if you guys are willing to go out and take action today, here's my action step for you. Amazon.com. You guys can go ahead and snag Who Moves My Cheese. Super easy to read, but this is going to change your perspective. But not only for you, now you guys can go ahead and pass that down. So that's my training for you guys today. It is Friday, a beautiful day. We've got an IBO call going down all day with numerous leaders dropping a ton of value. So go out and be great. If nobody told you today, you are powerful, you are a leader, you are unstoppable. It takes you to go out and believe it and take action. I will see you guys at the top because the whole squad is coming together. Let's get to work.